Hey guys, how you all doing? And ting and ting and ting. Hope everybody's doing all right there. You know what I mean? And before I even say anything, I would like to thank everybody for the super thanks that I got there. You know what I mean? Thanks for the donation, and that's much appreciated. You don't understand how much that's appreciated. So I could you know, get some new equipment here and thing. Keep this going and all of that. But again, thank you. But on top of all of that, thank you so much for all the comments and stuff. I'm learning so much through the comments. It's best to hear it straight from the people who are from the places. I've always said that, you know what I mean? I'm not going to listen to what they say in the West if they haven't been to those countries. That's one of the reasons why I'll do this channel. You know what I mean? And the best idea, I've always wanted to find out about Romania, number one. Getting it straight from the people. Getting it straight from the people. Thank you all so much for all the comments, okay? I ain't gonna babble on too much. Just know that I appreciate you guys, love you guys uh, for watching these videos with me and correcting any mistakes and stuff that's on there. What we're gonna watch now is how Romania is secretly becoming the next big European economy. You understand what I'm saying? Let's see what they're gonna say here. Let's see YouTube and Simmer.
While France and Prime are busy protesting against the rising cost of living, there is one country in Europe that is secretly becoming the next economic powerhouse, and that country is Romania. Yes, a region where thousands of tourists come every year to witness Dracula's castle. But apart from that, Romania is also one of the high-income countries where the unemployment rate is lower than France, Germany, Austria, and Sweden. Moreover, it is one of the biggest exporters of electrical machines, transport vehicles, food, drinks, footwear, and natural resources. With one of the largest reserves of oil and gas, it makes Romania one of the most energy-independent countries in Europe. Maybe that's why it is known as the Tiger of the East. But how come Romania managed to remain so secret about its economic power? How this Dracula-based country is going to become the next tech startup hub in entire Europe? Join us in this video to find out. If you look at this graph, since 1993, you will notice a constant increase in Romania's GDP. But what happened before is the reason why today its economy is stronger than other European countries. After World War II, there were rising tensions between countries during the Cold War era, and to protect themselves, Romania had no other option than to join the Eastern Bloc, a union of communist countries that were put under the leadership of the Soviet Union.
You see, just the other day I was talking to somebody about this exact same thing, okay? Uh, they had no choice but to join the Eastern Bloc. At the time, there was two superpowers. And in order to survive economically and everything, mainly economically, you have to partner up with one or the other. There's two superpowers. And with them, it seems like location was everything that caused that, because Russia was right next to them, right next to you all. So, maybe, and I'm not saying that's what happened, and I'll tell you why I'm saying maybe here. Uh, the leaders had to side with the people that could get to them easiest militarily, a superpower. You know what I mean? Once that OCA, you can't beat them, join them, and maybe they didn't want to. What's the choice? Now, I say that to say this. When we had our revolution back in 1979, March the 13th, 1979, one of the first places we asked for help was America. Reagan was the prime minister at the time, but then was the president, I'm sorry, at the time. But they were friends with the former prime minister. He was even in exile in America, because they were all friends and stuff like that. So aid got refused. Back then, two superpowers. In order to survive, you have to choose one. So next thing you know, there was Russians on the island, and at the time, Cubans on the island. And next thing you know, we were communist infidels and, all that stuff, and we want to blow this up and we want to take over the world and all of that. And the narrative was spread that we were all communists and evil. And that was solidified, that people were thinking that when I came here. And I'm like, communist? What are you talking about? I'm no communist, you know? So, all of this to say that at that time, during the height of the Cold War, to survive, smaller countries had to make a decision which one to choose from. And when you make a decision to choose one side or the other, you automatically become enemy of one or the other. And that's kind of sad that the world is like that, where you have to choose sides. You know what I mean? Right or wrong don't mean nothing when politics, or as we say, politricks, come into play. Right or wrong means nothing. Let's get back to the video here.
However, what Romania failed to realize is that if they followed the Soviet-style dictator economy, then their country would be on the road to destruction. Because when Nicolae Ceausescu became the leader of the Romanian Communist Party, he dragged the country into severe debt. By the 1970s, Nicolae, in pursuance of economic growth, took $12 billion of loans from Western countries. But as he failed to pay back the amount, he decided to put pressure on its people to make Romania debt-free. So he reduced imports of food and slowed the economy like never before. Although Romania became debt-free in the 1980s, starving his own people came at a price he could not handle. On 16 December 1989, Nicolae was proudly giving a speech in public, but what he did not know was that this speech was going to be his last. Within seconds, the entire population marked the Romanian Revolution and executed Nicolae and his wife for destroying Romania's economy. Soon after, the National Salvation Front took power, and free and fair elections were held in the country. Now the astonishing part is Romania was actually freed in the last 30 to 35 years. So how it managed to cope so fast and even better than European countries? Well, to constantly grow the economy of a country, its government needs something that is more valuable than capital. And in Romania's case, it was its people who were ready to do anything to bring their country back on track. After executing Nicolae, the Romanian government decided to divert their focus more on becoming self-sufficient rather than importing essentials from other countries. So they began teaching a demanding skill to every single person in their country. No matter what industry is growing in the market, the Romanian population must be specialized to support the economy. This, in return, will create more jobs and opportunities and help achieve the mission of increasing the amount of exports against imports. In 2004, Romania became one of the largest producers of machine tools, maintaining 5.3% of the world market share.
Like, I see in the comment section where people saying that there's a lot of corruption and stuff going on there. Now, this is painting a picture of economic growth, and they're mentioning the people a lot. So, my question to you is this, to all the Romanians that are watching this here. Is the job situation really bad there? Did what was done help the situation? Is it, what's going on? You know what I mean? And like I said, I could go read journals and stuff, but the people who could best tell what's happening is the people who are living it. You understand what I'm saying? Especially if a majority of the people are living the struggle, if there is a struggle. They alone will understand. Because usually leaders and those who have it good misunderstand or refuse to understand what the people who doesn't have it as good is going through. I'm seeing this right here, right now, in this side of the world. I think that's going on all over the world, basically. So, hit me up in the comment section.
In the automobile sector, it produced more than 410,000 automobiles in 2013 compared to just 78,000 in 2000, increasing their production size by around 50% and creating leading companies like Dacia, Roman, Brasov. Then they specialized in the service sector by providing financial services, renting, restaurants, and other related services. Surprisingly, by 2003, the service sector was contributing around 55% of its GDP. However, producing industrial products was not enough to support the economy. The country needed demanding markets to sell its products. So on January 2007, Romania joined the European Union, which gave it access to the Black Sea and, of course, the European market. As this market represents more than 447 million consumers, Romania took this opportunity to enter every demanding industry and grab as many customers as they could. Surprisingly, in 2022, Romania exported products worth $96 billion, targeting France, Bulgaria, Moldova, Switzerland, and Germany, which alone acquired a 71% share of exports. Some of their major exports were tools for drilling, dyes for drawing metals, footwear, furniture, and petroleum. But as amazing as it looked, the European Union began hitting Romania with its brutal requirements. For example, to become a complete member of the European Union, the joining country must adopt the euro currency. However, after Romania witnessed the rising European Union crisis, like Britain exiting the Union and Greece blaming the Union for its economic crisis, Romania decided to postpone this move and continued along with its own currency. Although Romania plans to adopt euro by 2029, if you look closer, this smart move has become one of the main reasons for its economic growth, because Romania's purchasing power parity increased from 44% in 2007 to 72% in 2020, which is the highest amongst 27 European Union members. Now, it is worth noticing that in Central and Eastern Europe, Romania is one of the leading destinations for foreign direct investment. For example, since 1989, it has attracted more than $170 billion in FDI. And the majority of these investments were greenfield investments, an investment that builds an entire business from scratch. So this, in return, not only created a boom in the real estate market, but also provided jobs to millions of citizens. Not to forget, the skilled labor force of the country in essential industries reduces the burden on foreign companies to train new employees, thus attracting more foreign direct investments from Germany, Netherlands, Austria, and other neighboring countries. As of today, the US, Saudi Arabia, and Russia are the largest producers of oil, but very few people are aware that until World War II, Romania was the second largest oil producer in Europe. Nevertheless, since the end of communism, Romania knows how to operate secretly and become self-sufficient with its natural resources. So instead of depending on oil and gas imports from Russia, they are fulfilling their energy requirements from its crude oil and shale gas reserves, which is one of the largest reserves in Europe, thus making it energy independent in the European Union. Surprise.
And here's the thing about I've noticed too that a lot of the countries that have surged forward economically, becoming self-sufficient to a certain degree. You can't be completely self-sufficient in a global economy, but having some kind of self-sufficiency is important. And I think a lot of our bigger countries with bigger economies like to form these unions so that they could control other countries from, becoming economically viable or an economic powerhouse, if you will, in the world, because then that's competition for them, and they're getting rich by staying on top, or they're staying rich by staying on top. Let's put it that way. So, I think in a way that's what, from what I'm reading in the comment section and from what this is showing me here, and I could deduce read between the lines, is that a lot of those other countries are going to try to keep them. No, they're getting too powerful. Let's watch them. Let's keep them at a certain point and thing. No. So, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from the outside looking in. You understand what I'm saying? And I will repeat that. I'm not saying that I'm an expert on Romanian affairs or anything like that. I'm speaking from someone who's from a small country myself, and we had a situation where a union was trying to be formed called the Caribbean Federation back in the day, and the richer country says, no, we can't do it because we'll have to take care of the smaller ones. But apparently now, those couple of the bigger countries that did that, their economies aren't so good. And the last I read, my small island had the seventh best economy in the Caribbean. So, having to do things on our own and be self-sufficient with a couple of revolutions and an invasion, we sort of come out from under it by being a little self-sufficient. Of course, we have our problems. There's polytricksters. Polytricksters are everywhere, and they do things that we don't agree with. But I think self-sufficiency is one of the biggest enemies of those who have everything. You know what I mean? You could break it down to simple family relationship. You know what I mean? Some parents refuse to let go. Don't let their kids become self-sufficient so they can control. And you see that in families where people have money too. Because they want to control everything. Let's get back to the video.
Surprisingly, a 2018 survey revealed that 67% of Americans have only heard about Romania, and 71% have definitely heard of Transylvania, a feeling that is created through Dracula movies like Van Helsing. Many people also think of Romania as a land of beautiful women. This is no doubt true, but if you look deeper, this country is more mysterious than you can imagine. And before you know it, in the coming years, its economic powerhouse is going to rank it under the top 10 economies in the world. So what are your views about the rising economy of Romania? Tell us in the comment section below. And if you want to know why Apple and other companies are leaving China, then click on this thumbnail to head directly to this.
Okay, so listen, I want to talk about something here, and I noticed like not a lot of people, but a significant amount of people in the comment section say, "What's mysterious about Romania? You know, this is silly. My country is not mysterious. It's just like every other country." The mystery is, especially for people in the West, they don't know about Romania. They just know about the revolution and the strife and the wars and stuff, but they don't know the Romanian people. That's what makes the mystery right there. It's not the fact that, oh, there's a the Dracula. Well, for me, and for a lot of people I know, it's not just the fact that, oh, there's Dracula there and there's sort of a fairy tale mystery and stuff going on there. There's a real mystery as to who the people are, what they're like. You know, we as human beings want to find out about each other, even though we don't talk about it, and even though it's not foremost in our daily life and our thinking because we have our own struggles to go through. But we want to know about each other. And even today, when I talk about doing my YouTube channel at work, and I start talking about Romania, Ireland, and the other places that I watch here, people actually stop and listen. I had as a matter of fact, one of my fellow workers yesterday, I was reading the comment section when I was waiting for customers to come up, and she was like, "Let me read this and see what's going on." And she started to read it, and then she started to ask questions. You know what I mean? And from what I learned from you guys in the comment section, I was able to tell her some stuff, you know, and she's gonna start watching my videos to see more about it and start learning more about it. It takes one, and it takes away the mystery that people seem to feel about that region. And it's not just Romania, it's that whole region, the former Yugoslavia and stuff like that. Nobody really knows a whole lot about. So they form their own idea of what it is there. And usually the idea that they're forming is based on what they are told by leaders and just people who want to have to maintain that negative outlook of the people in those areas there. You know what I mean? Like when I would say I want to go visit Romania, and some of the people go, "Oh, I don't know about that. You know, they do know this gonna happen." And I was like, no, there's just people living there, man. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where I'm not thinking that y'all are mysterious anymore. I'm thinking that you're just people, just like me, working paycheck to paycheck, trying to pay the bills, trying to have a happy family. The mystery is more political than it is cultural, but it is cultural to a certain degree because we don't know the people. And I hope I'm making sense here and thing, you understand? I'm gonna stop babbling. I'm gonna let you guys go away. I'll leave a link in the description to this video, and obviously he's talking about other countries on this channel. So if you're interested in stuff like that, go check it out, man. Let's learn about each other and thing, all right? And if you like what I react to here, go ahead and subscribe, you know what I mean, and thing, you know, so we can both learn as we go along. Drop a like on the video, share the video, you understand what I mean? There's a message within. Y'all take care of each other.